Hey guys, I wanted to start a video on natural cavern system mining, and this video is going to cover basically everything A to Z that I do when I go into natural cavern systems. Mainly just techniques. What I start off with first is that this video is going to be based on survival mode mining. It's not based on peaceful. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to film it in peaceful mode. I don't want to spend half the video killing monsters, wasting a lot of time. So, for the purposes of that, we're going to be filming this in peaceful mode. What I'm going to talk about first is what levels some of the minerals spawn at, and starting at sea level, down to about level 32, and actually down to admin. You're going to find coal and you're going to find iron. Once you get down to about 32, that's when the gold starts to kick in. And below 32, right around 16, you're going to start seeing redstone and diamonds. And like I said, coal and iron are going to be everywhere in between 0 and 64, sea level and admin layer. So that's where everything spawns. Frequencies, I think they've got charts on the internet on how often and how big stuff spawns, but that's basically where stuff's at. So what we're going to concern ourselves with first is what supplies to bring. What I like to start out with is, this is my basic loadout. Being in survival mode, you want to go down there with some armor, preferably iron armor and not leather. Obviously iron armor can take more hits than leather. For picks, I really don't carry too many picks like I do in strip mining. In fact, I could probably get rid of a couple of these picks and just craft them while I'm down there. I'll pretty much always carry everything on these hot bars in the positions that they're in. You might not necessarily need flint, but I always go everywhere with these tools here. So you're going to want to bring some extra torches, coal and sticks for torches. I like to bring raw wood, and if you're going to bring raw wood, I would not necessarily bring 1 or 2 pieces of raw wood. I mean, if you're going to use a block to carry raw wood, you might as well carry 64. And what I also like to talk about is in my farming videos, my crop farming videos, I like to bring wheat instead of pork. And the reason I like to do that is, like I explained in my farm videos, I can heal more hearts with these 2 spaces of food than I can with 2 pieces of pork. Sand is going to be for like a gravity built sort of elevator, in case I need to do some vertical climbing or descending. And then it never hurts just to bring a couple pieces of dirt and cobblestone. And of course plenty of arrows. So that's what I like to bring down there, and our objectives in the beginning are going to be basically just to establish a presence. We're going to be building in this particular mine that we're going to, it's basically a straight shot down, so we're going to need to build a stairwell, kind of like an entrance point in and out, and present a presence, get in there, start lighting things up, and getting a feel for what this cave has to offer. They're all different, so you have to approach each of them basically a little different and kind of change your plans a little bit as you go through. But again, what we're going to do is get in there, build a storage room so we can start storing some stuff down there, secure ourselves off so we don't get ganged up on by creepers and stuff, and start lighting things up. So I'm going to go ahead and head over there, and we'll pick this back up once I get over to the mine. Just one second. Okay, so over at the mine system now. This is just to kind of give you a little feel of what we're up against, and just kind of natural stuff like this happens. So we're going to have to be mindful of some of this water down there. Got another access way down there. But I'd like to talk about, first thing we're going to do is just build a stairwell. For the purpose of this video, I don't want to turn this into a let's play. So I'm going to do a lot of the mining off camera, unless it's extremely complicated. I want to show you how to build it. A simple stairwell, I don't need to film that. So I don't want to make this a 60-minute video. Unfortunately, I think it's going to end up being rather long, and I have to break this up into a couple parts. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to mine stuff off camera. So one other thing that we need to be mindful of also is dungeons and listening to dungeons and echolocating those dungeons. So I've tried in several attempts tried to find a pattern in when these dungeons sort of emit the sounds that they do. They're all different. But whenever you do hear them, if you know what I'm talking about, what I like to do is just kind of pan back and forth, and since I wear a headset, and try to echolocate where the direction is coming from. The dungeon, rather, is coming from the sound. So that's just one other thing I just wanted to mention before we get down there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick and build a stairwell down there and start lighting this stuff up. So just one second. Okay, picking this back up. Coming down these steps here that I built to get down to this area, I sort of lit this off a little bit. And I've got several things going on here. I've got a down section there. I've got some other sections over in that way. And these kind of things up in here, these vertical and I guess shafts, they kind of bother me. You know, you got creepers that can access basically this entire area, and it's not very secure. So when it comes to areas like this, I kind of like to secure these areas off. What I like to do is just kind of seal this stuff off. And actually, I use sort of like a code system whenever it comes to blocking stuff off, because that kind of looks natural, like it actually happened there. So what I like to do is, that's my code system. Actually, let me do this a little better. I create doors in my little code system that I use, and I create like a little doorway like that, and I actually use like sand or something else, or gravel, and it looks like a doorway. I can't really build a doorway up in there, but that's basically what I do. And then that's my code for, this is a door, the other side of what is on this door is unexplored. And I put this door here so it blocks access, so creepers and whatever can't get through there. So when I say I put 2 torches like that, that's my code system for that area is unexplored. And then when it comes to explored areas that I've already been and I don't want to go again, that's my code system for that. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to point that out. So since this area has so many access points, what I want to do is sort of secure it off. And another tactic that I use whenever I want to block off this area, just pretend for a second that this is all, I haven't been down there yet. And let's say that this is a particular area that I don't necessarily want to go down, but monsters and creepers and stuff can come from. Another tactic that I use is just create something like this, and basically it has 2 blocks separating that area from up here, so they can't get up here. This particular area is too big for me to wall off, so I just create a 2-block little deal there, and creepers or whatever. Now spiders, on the other hand, can get up here, so you can build this like I do my mini bases, put a little lip on there, voila, they can't get up here now. So anyway, what I wanted to illustrate in this section is securing the area, blocking off all the access points, and approaching each particular branch at your leisure, instead of having monsters being forced on you against your wishes, I guess. Survival mode, that's just the way it works, right? So anyway, that's that. So let me move on to the next section, so just one second. Okay, pick them back up just a little bit. In fact, I'm running out of torches. I found this little section down here. I just want to go over some things. Don't be afraid also. I mean, if you just see little blocks like this, I mean, actually it's kind of like a bad example, but if you got something like this block right here, okay? This block is covering 3 blocks. It's covering this block here, it's covering this block here, and it's covering this one down here. So anytime you can knock out a block that's covering 3 faces, I mean, in my opinion, that's a good block to knock out, because you never know. I mean, you could just, many instances, you just knock off these little corner pieces, and then, you know, there's something behind there. So, I mean, don't be afraid to just start whacking on stuff. So, you know, just because it's a cave system, not all the minerals are going to be hanging off the walls. So when, you know, just see stuff, just start beating on it. Don't be afraid to just knock stuff out. Anyway, that's not the reason I came down here. The reason I came down here, also while I'm kind of doing this, is you see how this kind of opens up your lines of sight whenever you sort of open up this sort of congested cave system. I think it makes it a little easier on you to find your bearings whenever you kind of open that up a little bit and you can see across the cave like that. So it's kind of nice. And also don't forget, the lower the level you get, and right now I'm about 32-ish, maybe 40-ish. Whenever you start getting to these lower levels, you want to use more torches, because at lower levels monsters will spawn, have a higher chance of spawning. One of the reasons why I bring a lot of shovels like this is because I like to knock out gravel like this. I can't tell you how many times I've knocked out pools of gravel like this and found diamonds or coal or whatever on the other side of it. So, and the reason I like to dig these out so much is because they're easy to dig out. So if you just relate them to like a stone block, you could spend less time digging through a gravel block than you can a stone block. So in my opinion, that's a good block to knock out. Coming back down to this section again, I've pretty much ran out of areas to get me down to level 64. I'm sure that would not be the case if I had survival mode turned on. And the reason I say that is because I could hear monsters and whatever's making noise through the walls, so I would know to tunnel through the walls to find the next cave system. As well, many instances you'll have these gravel pits will block your way. I can't tell you how many times I've ran across these little gravel pits blocking off a natural cavern system tunnels. So what I'm not going to do here is mine all this out, but basically what I would do is just kind of square this off and make a little base here, since I'm a reasonable distance down. And I think what I may do is turn on survival mode and see if I can't hear those creepers and find out where the next tunnel system is, because I want to get down to a little lower level. But what I wanted to point out here is you know, what I'm looking for when it comes to finding a little place where I can build me a little storage room. So let me pause this just for 1 second. I got survival mode turned back on. So what I wanted to point out is I got the volume cranked up, so forgive me if your ears get blasted. If you can hear that. What I wanted to illustrate here is there's running water on the other side of this wall. And my point is, with survival mode on or your volume cranked up, you can echolocate the next tunnel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock that wall out because I hear running water on the other side of that wall, and hopefully my next cavern system will be over there. So just 1 second. Okay, so sure enough, go through here, and here's my next cave. So, echolocating monsters, running water, dungeons, stuff like that. So, if you don't have yourself a good headset, I highly recommend it. But anyway, next piece I wanted to go over, pretty much kind of wrap this up a little bit, was I wanted to go over lava. So I need to find myself a lava pool, and I just want to go over a couple of things once we get down there. So let me pause this just 1 second. Alright, coming from that little base that I created, a little storage room. There's several approaches that people use when it comes to orientating yourself in these cavern systems. I've heard a lot of people comment about, you know, putting torches on either the left side or the right side of the walls, and you know, just follow the torches on the way out. On the left side if you want to go down, and then follow on the right side if you want to go up. It seems to work out pretty good if your cavern systems are relatively thin. But what happens if you walk into a room that's say this big? What side of the wall do you put your torches on? Anyway, if you choose that approach, let me know how it works out for you. My guess is not very well. The approach that I like to use, I just put a little torch on the ground, and then just follow the torches on the ground, and it'll take you back to where you want to go. So, anyway. Coming down to this lava room, last piece that I wanted to kind of talk about is mining above lava. I like to leave these lava pools the way they are. I like to use them as a light source. So, yeah, it's just less torches I gotta use. When it comes to mining over lava, do yourself a huge fat favor, okay? Put some blocks underneath of it before you mine it. Works out pretty good. So, I think that's about it, really. If you run into a spot to where, like, say you're mining, say your ore is, oh, I don't know, up in here, but say above this, you know, like kind of up in here, just kind of wall that whole thing off. You know, do yourself a favor and not put 2 blocks in front of your face like I just failed to do. But do yourself a favor. Put a couple blocks down. Be careful. When you mine it, it doesn't always fall straight down. Sometimes it springs to the left or to the right, or, you know, any which way. So you're not guaranteed to have it fall on your head. So just be careful with that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's really all I gotta say. And I hope this video was informative. If there's anything I left out that you guys might have a question about, please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know, and I'll see if I can help out with you. But that'll do for now. So take care, guys.